Ushuaia, Argentina is on the southernmost tip of South America and is the port city where most Antarctica expeditions begin. I visited the town as part of a National Geographic expedition and expected this to be a forgettable port stop on the way to the more exciting destination of Antarctica. Consequently, I was happily surprised by the beauty of the entire area. The town of Ushuaia is modest but enchanting because it is surrounded by jagged and majestic mountains. I had 2 days in Ushuaia at both the beginning and end of the trip and took some time to explore. There are 3 places I would recommend seeing: the Tierra del Fuego National Park, the Ushuaia Maritime Museum, and the downtown restaurant and shopping district. Let's start with Tierra del Fuego National Park, which is about an hour drive from downtown. As soon as you head towards the park from Ushuaia, the scenery gets greener and more picturesque. Everything in the park is about the landscape. Our first stop was a rest stop and museum that took advantage of the gorgeous views. The small museum at the rest area appeared to include information on the geography and the indigenous people. However, it was all in Spanish, so I couldn't read the placards. Instead, I just enjoyed the gorgeous views. There are lakes, marshes, forests, and rivers. I saw many hikers in the park and learned later that there were over 20 miles of hiking trails. Of course, summer is the only time to visit. It was sunny but brisk out when we visited. The bus took us to another stop where people lined up to take their picture by this sign, which says, "End of the road." It was interesting to think about driving from Alaska all the way down to this tip of the Americas, which is about 18,000 kilometers north. We then walked along a pretty boardwalk that ran through the marshes and led to a few photography viewpoints. After that, we were supposed to take a catamaran back to Ushuaia, but the boat broke down, so we drove back, again admiring some lovely settings on the way. On my return trip to Ushuaia, I visited the Maritime Museum. First, a quick history. A prison was established in Ushuaia in the late 1800s in order for Argentina to claim the land. The original prison now houses the Maritime Museum, which has various installations including ship models, bark canoes, breeds of penguins, Ushuaia native history, prison history, get a load of these shekels, and art. The museum has 5 wings, and each one contains prison cells that have been converted into museum displays or art galleries. I was especially entranced with the mini art exhibitions. I enjoyed the contrast between the prison cell and the enlightened artwork. One of the wings has been left in its original form, so you can get an idea of what the prison was like. And of course, on your way out, you'll also find a gift shop. From the museum, it is an easy walk into downtown Ushuaia, which caters to the tourists. There are many shops with penguin souvenirs and winter clothing. There are also several restaurants and hotels in the vicinity. It's all quite charming. It's a cute downtown with one main road. If you have an hour, you can basically see the entire town. The harbor area has many places to rent boats or join an excursion. It was really pretty the evening we were there with the sunset turning the sky a lovely shade of purple. It is also an easy walk from downtown to the cruise boats. So that's the gist of Ushuaia. If you are going through on a trip to Antarctica or Patagonia, give yourself an extra day to explore. I think it's well worth your time. And if you'd like to follow more of my senior and solo travel journeys, please click subscribe. Cheers!